He's Jason Whitlock from FoxSports.com. Jay, how are you?
I'm very good, Danny. How are you?
Oh, I'm fired up over something stupid, that's all.
Oh.
LeBron James in the slam dunk contest.
You know what? It's kind of unfair that he's doing this stuff in warm-ups, baiting the people that want him in the dunk contest, but it's consistent with the personality. They're having fun. They're playing at an incredible level and having fun, and so if he wants to dunk in warm-ups and treat Miami fans, why should the rest of us complain?
Yeah, I said the same thing. Your column stood out where you talked about Manti Te'o, and it's a time. Maybe this is an opening for the commissioner of the league to have an orientation class with these teams, or and I'm not sure what could be done there. But with the line of questioning that we heard was coming out of the combine, and then Mike Florio talking about how had some of these scouts who wanted to know that about Manti Te'o, but legally can't ask that. What could the commissioner do right now with this topic?
I think he could show some leadership because let's take Manti Te'o at his word that he's not gay, but on the off chance that he is, and if this question is surrounding him and potentially damaging his draft stock, I think that the commissioner should step in the best interest of Manti Te'o, have the discussion with him, let him know if he were homosexual, that the league would do everything in their power to protect him and make sure he didn't have a hostile work environment, and just get to the bottom of the question so all the teams can move on and address Manti Te'o fairly. But, in the grander scheme of things, I think where we're at here in America, in a more enlightenment about different lifestyles and things like that, I wish that Roger Goodell, just overall, removing Manti Te'o from the situation, just would be more aggressive about making sure that football locker rooms are more welcoming and more tolerant of different lifestyles, alternative lifestyles, and homosexuality. I think it's the right thing to do.
The line of questioning, what should be fair game if you're an executive, a GM, a scout at the Combine?
I don't think you should ask questions about people's personal lives. And again, that's why I think the commission, the league overall, I understand why they're asking, because football locker rooms are so hostile to homosexuals and homophobia runs rampant that if you introduce an instrumental player who is living an alternative lifestyle, that could create some volatility in the locker rooms. But that's why I think it's incumbent upon the commissioner to remove that hostility as best he can from the locker room so it's not a question, so teams don't have to worry about whether or not Manti Te'o or some other player is gay or not. So I guess I'm saying it's an inappropriate question, but I understand why it's getting asked.
More baggage going into the NFL, Manti Te'o or Honey Badger?
Manti Te'o, look, they know how to deal with weed smokers and knuckleheads. They don't know how to deal with guys who have fake dead girlfriends.
Yeah, you're right. There's probably a list of things, okay, he's guilty of this, he's done this. When you have fake dead girlfriend, that's where you bring in, Dr. Phil, I think.
Listen, they've dealt with so many guys like the Honey Badger, from Andre Rison to any number of, NFL players. Look, I don't think it's half the NFL probably smokes weed, and 25% of them are probably major potheads. They know how to, look the other way on that. So look, the Honey Badger is going to fit right in. Manti Te'o, he could have some problems.
Would you draft? Well, your red flag on Manti Te'o is what? On the field or off the field?
The Alabama game is the red flag. And, I'm not sure if we didn't buy the Notre Dame hype. And so, look, there are scouts that have examined every game to see if the Alabama game was a fluke. But I would like to go back and rewatch games and really focus, because that national championship game just left a bad taste in my mouth. So his problems to me are on the field. I don't know if he can play.
He's Jason Whitlock, FoxSports.com, and, of course, an expert on the Kansas City Chiefs, having covered them. Now you get Alex Smith in there. So yet another year 1983, last time they took a quarterback in the first round, which it's good that they're not doing that this year, but do you think Alex Smith changes the fortunes of the Kansas City Chiefs?
Listen, I can't believe I'm saying this. I love this move. I don't understand the people that are questioning it. And in Kansas City, there are a lot of fans upset because they want to draft a quarterback and they don't want another 49ers retread. We had Joe Montana. We had Steve Bono. We're always getting someone else's quarterback. But this guy last year played very well until he lost his job to a better player. The year before, very well, took his team to the NFC Championship game and probably should have taken his team to the Super Bowl. So I love this move. I think with the right pieces around him, Alex Smith can win playoff games and can get a team into the Super Bowl. And before the last, how many ever games he started, 18 games, I would have never thought that. I thought he was terrible and a bust, but I love this move for the Chiefs.
Look at you saying something nice about him. That's rare.
I'm in a happy mood, Dan, because my Indiana Pacers, the only team I really love in professional sports, are very good.
They are. And I think now that everybody's noticing on the national stage and remembering that, they had the Heat on the ropes last year, and I think they're the one team in the East that can beat the Heat.
Well, Paul George has just emerged at a level that I just never thought was possible. And, that team last year shot a lot from the perimeter, didn't have anybody that took it to the hole and created shots for other players. And now Paul George does that. I love this team. And if Danny Granger, gets his outside shot going, it's just going to create more space for Paul George to work. And, David West closing out games for him late. I love this team. Do I think they'll beat the Heat? Probably not. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen what LeBron James is doing, but I think they got a chance.
Good to visit with you, Jason. Stay in a good mood.
Thank you, Daniel.
All right. Jason Whitlock, FoxSports.com columnist.